Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Dark Crusade, and I think today we are about to attack the Blood Ravens here and take them out from the game. So we'll get started, set up some forces. I don't really expect that they should be too difficult to fight off early on, since this is the first stronghold we're attacking, so I'm not going to bother with spending the rest of our resources on turrets.
The Space Marines of the Blood Ravens chapter were well entrenched in their castellum in North Vandia when they finally faced an all-out attack. Utterly unwilling to surrender or retreat any further, the Blood Ravens prepared a mighty defense against the coming assault. Among those defending the keep were Space Marines drawn from the chapter's hallowed First Company. These were the hardened veterans of many crusades, each man ready and able to face down whole squads of enemy attackers. The Blood Ravens on the ground would be further bolstered by fresh troops arriving from the battle barge Litany of Fury in orbit around the planet. Only two factors made the Blood Ravens at all assailable in their stronghold. Most critically, the fortress was unable to receive reinforcements directly from orbit. Captain Thule thus had to establish a forward base to receive drop pods and landing craft. Although well defended, this base could be taken. Secondly, the Space Marines had established their base near ancient ruins, which the Ravens claimed held relics of great importance to the chapter. Unwilling to desecrate the space by fortifying it, Thule opened the door to an enemy claiming the area and thus dealing a powerful blow to the normally unbreakable Space Marine morale. The Battle of North Vandia would be one of the bloodiest of the entire war.
The enemy is at our doorstep and thinks he can push us off this world. He is already gloating. He can taste his victory. But what he fails to see is that we will make this his last meal. The Chief Librarian has ordered the purge of this world to protect our chapter secrets. Are we to retreat with our duty unfulfilled? Are we to let a black mark stain the banner of the Blood Ravens? I say that we will not. I say our enemies will regret the day they ever decided to face us in battle. Our battle barge orbits overhead and will rain the Emperor's holy fury upon our opponents. More of our brothers will come to join the fight. But as ever, our enemy outnumbers us. Each of you must be an army in your own right. Veterans of the First Company, the finest of the entire chapter, stand with us. Let their valor guide your fire into the enemy's heart. Remember that we are Blood Ravens, brothers. We have all sworn to protect fonts of hidden knowledge. Each one of us must fall before handing this word to the enemy. The Emperor is with us. The unknown Primarch is with us. They have come for our blood, but they will drown in their own.
Death has come for you, Space Marine.
We are the Emperor's finest. We will not fall to you, alien.
Your end is inevitable. Submit and spare yourselves the pain of living.
I don't know, they say unknown Primarch, but is there any blood chapters that aren't from Sanguinius? I guess maybe their thought is because these guys are all about the knowledge, kind of like the Blood Angels were from the first Dawn of War. I guess you can make an argument that maybe it's like Magnus or something, but I don't see an overwhelming amount of Psychers in their presence, so that would make me think it's more Sanguinius. So as you can see, you get kind of attacked by these little rushing armies at the start. It's obviously not too bad on the early campaigns here, in the early matches, but they get progressively more challenging depending on how late into the game they are. And the other mechanics get harder as well. So I seem to remember, like on this map, there's like an orbital bombardment center, and then a reinforcement area. What were some of the other gimmicks? Oh, you have to take the relic area. And I don't recall if there's other side quests or secondary objectives, since it's been so long since I've played this game. Yeah, so capture the ruins, that's the one I remembered with the relic. I think they have like an artillery area too. Maybe that's with the Imperial Guard. I seem to recall the Space Marines have that too, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. But since we're gonna get attacked kind of continuously, we'll try to fortify everything. Now, the one thing that kind of sucks being the Necrons here that I didn't really think of until now is it's probably gonna suck to have to do the... Well, I guess it's gonna be a double-edged sword, right? It's gonna suck to not have a full army to be available when we're attacking, because we're not going to have enough requisition areas to increase our vehicle and squad caps, but it should theoretically be faster for us to get our armies up and going, because we'll be generating all of our power plants early. So once you get them all built out and upgraded, then we should effectively just have tons of resources coming in. So I'm not sure net positive, net negative situation here. If we're going to have 3, it looks like we're almost to max infantry squad cap, and then we're going to have a significant lowering of our vehicle cap until we can capture more areas. Yeah, orbital relay, I kind of remembered that being a thing. Because if you do it out of the wrong order, then they sit there and use their orbital bombardments on you. So like early on, you're getting attacked by these scouts, but I think on the higher, or later in the game if you were doing this, then they'd be attacking you with the Honor Guard Space Marines, probably. Alright, that was weird. Did a cutscene just... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, did something just bug out?
Reinforcements have arrived! To battle, Blood Ravens!
For the Emperor!
Alright, yep, so that's the reinforcements. I kind of remembered that being a thing. Actually, you know, if we're not going to have full vehicles, we may want to just get immortals to help us push the vehicles, then we just focus on anti-infantry. Or maybe we do the tomb spiders and then they can fight in melee. Alright, that should be good.
Bring them the Emperor's wrath, brothers!
Alright, let's see how these pariahs are. I seem to remember them being pretty damn good. Yeah, here's their attack wave coming, but really not a problem for us to hold off. Continual scout attacks happening. I don't know why they keep sending so many skulls in after us. We don't have anybody that's cloaked. They're just wasting tons of resources. Yeah, reinforcements. I don't remember how many objectives there are. I can give them a better ranged weapon, but it'll reduce their melee effectiveness. I think I'd rather just keep them in melee to help us fight the front line if we have to fight Terminators. or veterans salt marines, anything like that. Alright, let's get some more immortals going. Looks like he's still able to attack the sniper there. Start setting up our army. If I could get some Lord Destroyers here, then maybe I could start... Well, if he has Land Raiders or Predators, that would be good to capture. I don't recall if he has those things on this map or not, though, but that is the power of the Necrons, is you can take over well, I guess you can't take over Land Raiders, right? Because that's the ultimate vehicle. And it seems like, you know, we couldn't take Squigus or Baneblades when we were trying to capture those. But then, I don't know if we've tried it on Dark Crusade, since certain mechanics change between the different DLC as the game advanced through its processing. Kind of the classic example I give is the horrors that you get for Chaos. Is they were originally started out to be very powerful anti-infantry, but they were later converted to being powerful anti-vehicle. Well, let's go after the orbital bombardment area here, so he doesn't drop a bunch of nukes on us. Yeah, see, okay, I kind of remember there being an artillery thing on this map. It's not as bad as it is with the... Because for sure the Imperial Guard have a bombard mechanic with their basilisks. I 100% remember that. But I kind of remember there being a little artillery annoyance that you had to get through here. I seem to recall if I try to attack it before I take out the orbital relay, then they drop the orbital bombardments on us, so I may just bypass this and just go right for the orbital relay, and then I can come back to take in that central area. Alright, let's take these guys out.
Hold the relay station! We must keep in touch with the Litany of Fury!
You know, honestly, probably capturing dreadnoughts wouldn't be the worst. See, he's about to bombard me here. I was gonna say, honestly, it wouldn't be terrible to take over a dreadnought, because I think the dreadnoughts are better fighters than our tomb spiders are, but the advantage of the tomb spiders, and we can just resurrect them right at the location he dies and get him back into combat again. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. It seems like some of the audio is bugging out. Because it looked like there was a couple of audio cues that just were supposed to go off here that just siphoned through so quickly that I couldn't even tell if there's any text, so... Alright, nice. Now we gotta get some scarabs up here. Because I seem to recall if we capture this and we get it under our control, Alright, well, that was kind of a flop. Hopefully if I send a couple of them over here, they should be able to brute force it through. These guys can run interference. Just dropping some more orbital bombardments on me. So as you can see, it's just an annoyance that you have to keep dodging that, especially when you're playing as Necrons, which are kind of slow-moving guys. Because if they get all grouped up around a corner or something, then they'll just be killed. Alright, we pull those guys back so we can then redeploy them with another warping ability. It actually gives your Necrons a surprising amount of mobility.
To the battle barge. Prepare for incoming orbital fire!
When they normally don't have that access. Alright, let's repair these things. And then we'll start advancing with our forces. And then we do have some extra vehicles that we can do now. Due to us capturing that strategic point. Kind of as expected, we have a huge... We're getting nice stockpiles of resources here. Yeah, see, again, the audio, the game was trying to tell me something, and again, it bugged out there. Alright, well, let's just try to take out some of these Terminators here. And then what's kind of cool about the Pariahs here is not only do they do a bunch of damage and they're pretty tanky, but anytime they're hitting somebody and they don't die, it shaves off some of their maximum health, if I remember correctly. And that effect stays around until they get killed. Yeah, I kind of remember these veteran assault marines to be kind of a pain in the butt to kill. Because unlike when you get them, you only get like one of them, but they get like a full squad of them, if I remember correctly. I think each one of them hits for like 200 damage. These guys seem to be killing us, so let's just call in our Flayed One reinforcements here. Of course, now I finally pull the trigger on it and they're like all dead. So that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. This should take care of the reinforcements. Alright, let's run you over here. And then... yeah, we just gotta capture the ruins. Man, watch it be like there's no predators or no land raiders or anything. And instead we should have just taken control of these dreadnoughts. Hopefully that won't be the case. It is possible, though. Alright, we'll pull those guys back so they can get redeployed into the summoning, because I think we just have to run around here. Okay, so it's 86 to 150, so it's not quite as much damage as I thought it was going to be. But given that they can break morale so effectively too, it's still a bad time. Yeah, see, there's another frickin' squad of them there. I don't know what the deal is, they just seem to be on a patrol order. It looks like they were thinking about engaging me. Oh yeah, and then this whole central area is one giant minefield, if I remember correctly. I do kind of remember this, yeah. Alright, let's take out this top area here. It almost makes me think they're flamers because I can see that blue flame up here, but yeah, it is. He's got a mixed force there. Alright, let's do the orbital bombardment there and complete our objective. Take out the whirlwinds. Now we got these freaking bolter guys over here, and they're actually destroying our flayed ones like nobody's business. Alright, let's get you over to here. I think I probably did end up losing some guys, but that's because I was a little bit slow to reinforce. So that's on me. So let's get a couple extra there. Run you down here because I don't remember if he has other whirlwinds down here. Doesn't look like it. Now, the one thing I had forgotten that when you first create these guys is they only start out with 4 models, so you actually have to deploy them, get them reinforced, and then you have to reload them into the monolith to get them to deploy again. don't recall is if they're in the monolith, will they heal or not? Alright, but we're doing pretty good here, so we gotta take back that relic. And then I seem to recall that there's another base by that energy location, so we'll just kill that while we're there, we're over there too. Alright, let's start advancing our army out. Now, if you're really struggling with your resources, and when those power plants wear themselves out, you could just make another base and then get another round of power plants out, but that really doesn't seem to be necessary. I think I focused a little bit too much on anti-vehicle killing here, because I'm actually having a little bit of trouble getting through these Marines here. So if my army gets wiped, I think what I would do is get some more warriors, because they are going to have pretty decent damage against Space Marines here. With how bright that snow is, I thought I was about to get attacked by an orbital bombardment. Kind of confused me there for a second. Alright, good. Now let's take out that relic. Heal those guys up while we're moving our army around.
Tactical and assault squads, resume the attack!
Yeah, see, once they get into our immortals, they just chop them up like nobody's business. But as you can see, by just making those power generators this early as we're running around getting kills, you know, we don't even need necessarily to worry about any sort of resources or making more, because it just keeps stockpiling all the resources for us. Alright, let's get you up here. Alright, let's keep fighting. Hopefully those scarabs will be getting over here shortly so we can start capturing some of this stuff. I think he's probably going to kill that tomb spider. Yeah, he did. Alright, that should be good. Get that built up. That should help us get our caps up. Beautiful. Alright, well, let's start attacking the Space Marine Fortress now, since we've kind of taken everything else out thus far.
We will drive you from there, Necrons!
You will only follow your Emperor into death.
The Emperor protects us! We will not fail!
You will.
I think what I'm going to do is I'll just build another base up top here.
Hold fast, brothers!
Dang it. Go off. And, oh, there's a predator. Take it over. Alright, good. Only took us most of the mission, but I think we finally got her. So I wonder if there'll be more of them up here for us. Oh, that's problematic. He's got a rocket launcher there. So he's actually meant for killing vehicles.
We bring his will.
Alright. Oh yeah, I remember this. They have like super collections of bolter guys around here. So let's get all the flayed ones around them to help get that kill. Because that's just crazy amounts of damage that they can put out with all those guys having heavy bolters. Yeah, see, they totally killed everybody over there. I mean, but they did have assault marines helping them out as well. Oh my gosh, he's got another bolter squadron up there. let's just start deploying them all around here. Capture that in case I want to get another base going. Alright, so it looks like we just have to destroy the monastery to have victory, so we'll just have the Immortals start working on that while everybody else is fighting here. Alright, with that I think that's victory.
No! We cannot fail.
Yeah, see, that's what he looks like with all of his war gear on, so... Yeah, see, the audio is cutting out on these. I don't know why that's happening. I think it says something like, get his gene seed and get out of here, and I'll sacrifice myself, and then he stays behind and summons an orbital bombardment on himself, but I don't know why it's cutting off like that.
Even the elite of the Blood Ravens could not hold back the murderous advance of the Necrons. The Necrons answered the Space Marines' shouted benedictions with stoic silence and murderous blasts from their Gauss flares. The aliens were uninterested in any arcane secrets that might have been hidden in North Vandia, utterly ignoring the scorched ruins of the Blood Ravens chapel there. Their gruesome warriors flensed the flesh from every Space Marine left on the planet, but left their holy battle armors and other relics to corrode in the harsh weather. Tragically, among the flesh reduced to particulate ash was the gene seed of those Space Marines, dealing a near-fatal blow to the chapter. By taking North Vandia, the Necrons defeated the Blood Ravens on Cronus. But by purging the genetic heritage of all those fallen battle brothers, they may well have destroyed the whole chapter.
Alright. Space Marines are down. Actually kind of expected to get some more gear for that. A little disappointed.
Congratulations. You have just conquered an enemy race's stronghold. This victory ends that race's attempt to take the planet. If you can conquer the 5 remaining enemy strongholds, you will win the game. There may still be some provinces held by the defeated race, but without a stronghold, they no longer have an army or the ability to attack. You can mop up the remaining provinces to gain the associated bonuses, or you can move on to other targets.
Yeah, I think we'll attack the Tau next time.
So I think next time we'll attack the Tau, so I'll just end this with the archive just because I'm never sure how long these missions are going to be fighting the capitals. So the Tau capital of Kronos, Tash'n, is a modern and thriving metropolis with a full province of outlying communities along with several large military bases. Built on the site of the Imperial-era city of Asharis, it bears many signs of Imperial culture, architecture. Oh my gosh. Protected by the aerial highlands to the north and warmed by the western sea, the greater Tash'n enjoys long summers and mild winters. Outside the dense sprawl of Tash'n itself, smaller cities nest along several navigable rivers. Oh my gosh, can't talk. Personal correspondence. I can't believe you decided to stay behind. Danger be damned. This was a chance of a lifetime. Okay, I'll admit I have some doubts myself. The journey west to the capital was hard, and we even saw the flashes of the orbital battle lighting up the night sky over Pavonis when we passed through there. Did you see any of that in Vandia? But as soon as I got to the center of town here in Tash'n, my doubts have vanished. Where there were large vid screens all over the town broadcasting updates about the approach of the fleet from the first sphere seps. When it looked like the humans had our ships blockaded, I swear no one in the whole city could speak. When we broke through, the cheers were deafening. It was another day before we saw the ships landing at the spaceport. Like everyone else, I just took that as my cue to gather and wait. We pressed into Unity Square, thousands upon thousands of us, and waited. All 4 castes were there as equals. Ukos. Finally, a convoy from the port made its way to the square, hammerheads and devilfish flanked by crisis suits, all painted in the orange of Tau itself. It was incredible. The lead vehicle stopped behind the stage from where I was, so I only saw him when he stepped up from the steps that run under Unity Day statue. I remember the light glinted off the honor blade, and I felt like I could fly right then and there. Ornel Sherez was standing before me, the first ethereal on Kronos for almost 200 cycles. They have come to take our worlds, he said, to undo our works and to enslave us all. This cannot come to pass. For the greater good, we will not allow it. Then we started cheering. I can't believe you missed it. La Kayun? So with that, we're going to call it quits here for the day, and next time we will launch an attack out and take out the Tau. And then I'll have to decide if I'm going to take out the Imperial Guard as well, if I'm going to run around and try to take some of these other locations. I think it all depends on how much I get attacked and how much of an annoyance these guys are going to be. Because now that we've taken these areas here, I could just go and fight here and here and then go for the Eldar as well after we take these guys out. But again, it's going to all depend on how much they're annoying me. They may just keep attacking down here so they can break out of their area. I don't really want to fight all of these guys while I'm trying to siege a story mission here, because that can sometimes be quite problematic. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.